This is 1 hour of bear facts in a soothing voice that studies have scientifically proven to put you to sleep faster because it makes you feel safer and more relaxed. Let's jump into it after you hit like and subscribe so you and others see these videos again. It really helps. Let me know what topic I should put you to sleep with next time. All right, relax and take a deep breath. Bears have an incredible sense of smell, far superior to that of dogs. This extraordinary olfactory ability plays a critical role in their survival, allowing them to detect prey from miles away, identify oncoming danger, and even locate potential mates. Some researchers believe a bear's sense of smell is over 2,000 times stronger than a human's. For example, black bears have been documented traveling over 20 miles in search of food that they smelled from the air. In ancient Rome, bears were often pitted against each other or against other animals in gruesome spectacles known as venations. These events were part of the public entertainment hosted in amphitheaters like the Colosseum. It was not just about the skill of the gladiators, but also about showcasing Rome's dominion over wild, powerful creatures. The bears used in these events were often captured from forests throughout the Roman Empire, transported to the capital under horrific conditions. Polar bears are exceptional swimmers. They can swim for days without rest in the icy Arctic waters. These long-distance journeys are often necessary because of the vast expanses of water separating chunks of drifting ice. A polar bear swimming marathon was documented by biologists who tracked a female bear swimming a continuous 640 kilometers, or roughly 400 miles over 9 days. This relentless swimming depletes their energy reserves significantly and underscores the challenges they face due to climate change and shrinking ice habitats. Bears exhibit a fascinating behavior known as hyperphagia, particularly in preparation for hibernation. During hyperphagia, bears enter a state of excessive eating, consuming up to 20,000 calories per day. This period helps them accumulate the necessary fat reserves to sustain them through the winter months when they will be in a state of torpor. In this state, their metabolism slows dramatically, and they can go without food, water, or defecating for months at a time. For example, a grizzly bear can gain more than 100 pounds during hyperphagia. The sloth bear from India possesses a unique adaptation for feeding. Unlike other bears, sloth bears have a specialized lower lip and palate used for sucking insects. They primarily feed on termites and ants, using their large, powerful claws to rip open termite mounds and their flexible lips to suck up insects. This suction feeding method is so strong that it can be heard from several meters away. British naturalist George B. Hudson once noted that a sloth bear could suck termites from a hole without breaking the structure around it. Bears can stand and walk short distances on their hind legs, a behavior often mistaken for human-like intelligence or friendliness in pop culture. When bears stand, they are usually trying to get a better view or smell of their surroundings rather than preparing to attack. This posture allows them to see over tall grass or large obstacles and catch scents carried by the wind. One famous incident involving a standing bear was at a Japanese zoo where a bear named Satomi would often stand and wave at visitors, garnering significant attention and becoming a local celebrity. Grizzly bears, unlike other bears, have a distinctive hump on their shoulders. This hump is composed of masses of muscles that provide additional strength to their front limbs, making them incredibly powerful diggers. These muscles allow grizzlies to excavate roots, dig for small animals, and create dens. The strength of a grizzly bear's forelimbs is impressive. There was an instance recorded in Yellowstone National Park where a grizzly bear flipped over a 1,000-pound boulder to reach a carcass hidden underneath, showcasing the brute strength these animals possess. The folklore around bears is rich and varied, often reflecting the cultures of the people who share their habitats. In North American indigenous mythology, bears are often seen as powerful spirit animals representing strength, courage, and leadership. For example, the Haida people share legends of the Bear Mother, a revered figure who brought unity between humans and bears. In Norse mythology, the bear was associated with the warrior god Odin. In Japanese folklore, bears are often depicted as mountain guardians with the ability to protect or punish those who venture into their domain. Kodiak bears, a subspecies of the brown bear found in Alaska's Kodiak archipelago, are among the largest bears in the world. These bears can weigh up to 1,500 pounds and stand over 10 feet tall when on their hind legs. Despite their immense size, Kodiak bears are incredibly agile and are excellent swimmers. The isolation of Kodiak Island has allowed these bears to thrive with fewer threats, leading to their larger size. Researchers studying Kodiak bears have observed them diving underwater to catch salmon, showcasing their adaptability and skill. Pandas have a pseudo-thumb, an evolutionary adaptation that allows them to grasp bamboo more effectively. This thumb-like modification is actually an extension of their wrist bone known as the radial sesamoid. This unique trait enables pandas to strip bamboo leaves and chew through tough bamboo stalks, which make up 98% of their diet. The panda's complex relationship with bamboo was highlighted in a study that found pandas spend over 12 hours a day consuming bamboo, sometimes eating up to 30 pounds of it in one day. Bears communicate through vocalizations, body language, and scent markings. They make a range of sounds including growls, grunts, howls, and even purrs depending on the situation. For instance, a mother bear will vocalize softly with her cubs to reassure them and establish her presence. Scent marking is another crucial form of communication. Bears will rub their bodies against trees, leaving behind scent from glands located in their skin. This behavior can signify territory boundaries, availability for mating, or a way to locate each other. Researchers have found that bears visiting the same scent-marked tree can be staggered over several years. In Siberia, the Ussuri brown bear population exhibits fascinating behavior in response to human activity. These bears are known to make use of abandoned buildings and structures, seeking shelter or foraging for food in areas once occupied by humans. In some cases, they've been known to take over vacant cabins or even old Soviet-era bunkers. This behavior shows the bear's adaptability and resourcefulness in a changing environment. Local anecdotes describe bears cautiously exploring these human-made structures, indicating a level of curiosity and intelligence as they navigate through man-made landscapes. The moon bear, also known as the Asiatic black bear, gets its name from the crescent moon-shaped mark on its chest. Moon bears are excellent climbers, spending a large portion of their lives in trees, where they forage for fruits, nuts, and leaves. They also make nests in trees, similar to those of great apes, where they rest and sleep. A particularly intriguing behavior observed in moon bears is their ability to store food. They cache surplus food high in the trees to retrieve later, demonstrating forward thinking and strategic planning that is quite remarkable. In 1889, two young brothers named Ernest and Clinton were camping in what is now Yosemite National Park when they were attacked by a grizzly bear. Clinton, just 13 years old, used a rifle to shoot the bear, likely saving his and his brother's lives. This story, well documented in newspapers of the time, illustrates both the danger and the importance of being prepared when in grizzly bear territory. The bear in that incident, despite being shot, managed to run away, highlighting their resilience and the difficulties in subduing such powerful creatures. The bear bile trade in Asia poses a severe threat to several bear species. Bear bile, used in traditional Chinese medicine for centuries, is believed to have various healing properties. Despite the availability of synthetic alternatives, the demand for bear bile has led to the inhumane practice of bear farming. Bears are kept in small cages and subjected to painful bile extraction processes. Organizations around the world are working to end this cruel practice by promoting the use of synthetic alternatives and better informing the public about the cruelty involved in bear bile farming. Some bear species, like the Andean bear, are known for their unique facial markings. Also known as spectacled bears, they have distinctive rings of white or light fur around their eyes and across their faces, resembling eyeglasses. These markings are unique to each bear, much like human fingerprints, and can be used to help identify individuals in the wild. The famous spectacled bear Paddington from children's literature brings attention to their charming appearance. In reality, however, they face significant threats from habitat loss and human conflict in their South American habitats. In 1980, Timothy Treadwell, an environmentalist and bear enthusiast, began spending summers in Alaska's Katmai National Park observing grizzly bears. He lived among them for 13 seasons without traditional bear protection, gaining unique insights into their behavior. However, in 1923, Treadwell and his girlfriend were tragically killed by a bear. His story highlights the fascination and danger of close interactions with bears. Treadwell's legacy includes the documentary film Grizzly Man and heightened awareness of the importance of respecting wild animals and their habitats. Bear cubs are remarkably vulnerable at birth. Born during the hibernation period, they are blind, hairless, and weigh less than a pound. Despite this, they grow rapidly, nourished by their mother's rich milk. By the time they emerge from the den in spring, they are strong enough to follow their mother and begin learning survival skills. An example of a bear's dedication to her cubs is observed in polar bears. A mother polar bear will den for up to 8 months, living off her fat reserves, all the while keeping her newborn cubs warm and feeding them. Kermode bears, also known as spirit bears, are a rare subspecies of the American black bear found in British Columbia. What makes them extraordinary is their white or cream-colored fur. This coloration is due to a recessive genetic trait, not albinism. Kermode bears play a significant role in the mythology of the indigenous Tsimshian people, who regard them as sacred. These bears' unique coloration offers an advantage in salmon fishing. Research has shown that salmon are less wary of white bears, allowing them better hunting success compared to their black-furred counterparts. In the remote forests of Russia, the Kamchatka brown bear roams one of the most seismically active regions on Earth. These bears have adapted to life in a dynamic and often harsh environment. Kamchatka bears are among the largest brown bears, with some males weighing over 1,000 pounds. They have a diet rich in salmon and an impressively vast home range, made possible by the abundance of rivers and streams in the region. Researchers have noted Kamchatka bears digging at geothermal vents, possibly seeking warmth or minerals, showcasing their adaptability and intelligence. The golden bear is a lesser-known term for the Tibetan blue bear, one of the rarest bear subspecies in the world. This bear lives in the remote high-altitude regions of the Tibetan Plateau. Due to its elusive nature and the difficult terrain it inhabits, very little is known about its behavior or population size. This bear may have inspired the legend of the Yeti, as local folklore often describes a bear-like creature in the Himalayas. Expeditions by cryptozoologists and scientists continue to search for more evidence of this mysterious bear, but sightings remain extraordinarily rare. Yellowstone National Park has been a stronghold for grizzly bear conservation efforts. In the early 1900s, grizzly bear populations in Yellowstone dwindled due to hunting and habitat loss. Conservation measures, including habitat protection and strict regulations on human interaction, have led to a remarkable recovery. As of 2023, Yellowstone is home to a thriving grizzly population. Despite this success, the park faces ongoing challenges balancing human activities and wildlife preservation. Grizzly bears in Yellowstone serve as an important indicator species, reflecting the overall health of the ecosystem. Bears have a unique ability to go without urinating for the entirety of their hibernation period, which can last several months. During hibernation, the urea produced from fat metabolism is broken down and converted back into usable protein. This process prevents waste buildup and conserves vital nutrients. Scientists study this phenomenon in hopes of uncovering new treatments for human kidney disease and muscle atrophy. The physiological adaptations that allow bears to recycle their own metabolic waste highlight the remarkable evolutionary strategies these animals have developed to survive in their environments. In northeastern North America, the American black bear exhibits a fascinating foraging behavior called scatter hoarding. These bears will hide small quantities of food in various locations to come back and consume later. This behavior ensures that they always have a food source nearby. By spreading their hoards across a wide area, they minimize the risk of losing all their food to other scavengers. Research has shown that black bears have an excellent spatial memory, allowing them to remember the locations of their numerous food caches over extended periods. Bears engage in a practice known as marking to communicate territory boundaries and reproductive status. They scratch trees with their claws and rub against them, leaving their scent behind via glands located in their paws and fur. This marking behavior serves multiple purposes. It helps bears avoid direct confrontations by signaling their presence to others. For example, a dominant male bear will mark extensively to warn other males and attract potential mates. Studies have shown that trees heavily used for marking become central hubs of communication within a bear population. Spirit bears are not to be confused with albino animals. Albinos lack melanin entirely and have pink eyes, while spirit bears, specifically the Kermode bear, have normal pigmentation in their eyes and skin. This color variation occurs due to a genetic mutation in the MC1R gene associated with pigmentation. Kermode bears' rarity and unique appearance have induced significant cultural and scientific interest. Environmentalists highlight the importance of protecting the Kermode bear's habitat, as their existence is threatened by logging and other human activities that disrupt their ecosystem in the Great Bear Rainforest. The dancing bears of Eastern Europe are a tragic example of human exploitation of wildlife. For centuries, bears were captured as cubs, cruelly trained to perform tricks and dances in public spectacles. Their training often involved painful methods, such as placing them on hot metal sheets to force them to dance in response to the burning sensation. Thankfully, organizations like the World Society for the Protection of Animals have worked tirelessly to rescue and rehabilitate these bears. In 2007, Bulgaria's practice of dancing bears ended, and many bears were relocated to sanctuaries. In the jungles of Southeast Asia, the sun bear, the smallest bear species, displays a unique foraging adaptation. Sun bears have long, curved tongues that can extend up to 10 inches, allowing them to extract honey from beehives and insects from narrow crevices. This distinctive feature is an adaptation to their diet, which primarily consists of honey, insects, fruits, and small vertebrates. Because of their elusive nature and the dense forests they inhabit, sun bears are one of the least studied bear species. Conservation efforts are crucial as habitat destruction poses a significant threat to sun bear populations. The hibernation habits of pregnant bears are particularly intriguing. Unlike other bears, pregnant females will give birth during hibernation. They enter their dens in the fall pregnant, and by midwinter they give birth to cubs that are incredibly underdeveloped compared to other mammals. The cubs, born blind and nearly hairless, rely entirely on their mother's warmth and milk to survive. An amazing aspect of this process is that the mother bear does not eat, drink, or produce waste during this time. This phenomenon shows the extraordinary metabolic adaptations that bears have evolved to ensure the survival of their offspring. Bears play a crucial ecological role as ecosystem engineers due to their foraging and hunting behaviors. For instance, when bears feed on salmon, they often carry parts of the fish away from the stream and leave remnants on forest floors. This activity transfers vital nutrients from aquatic to terrestrial ecosystems, enriching the soil and supporting plant growth. Studies in Alaska have shown that nitrogen levels in the soil near salmon streams are significantly higher thanks to bears. This nutrient transfer benefits a wide range of species within the ecosystem, demonstrating the far-reaching impact bears have on their habitats. A fascinating but lesser-known fact about polar bears is the coloration of their fur. While polar bears appear white, their fur is actually transparent and hollow. These hair shafts scatter and reflect visible light, creating the illusion of whiteness, which provides excellent camouflage against the ice and snow. Underneath this fur, their skin is black, allowing them to absorb and retain heat from the sun. During aerial surveys, researchers discovered that polar bears are nearly invisible in infrared photography, as their well-insulated bodies do not emit much heat, adding another layer to their remarkable adaptations. In 1944, during World War II, a bear named Wojtek became an enlisted soldier in the Polish army. Wojtek, a Syrian brown bear cub, was adopted by the soldiers and quickly became a beloved member of their unit. He was known for carrying heavy artillery shells and even drank beer with the troops. Wojtek's strength and companionship boosted the soldiers' morale. After the war, Wojtek lived out his days in the Edinburgh Zoo, where he remained a symbol of bravery and camaraderie. His story is a testament to the deep bonds that can form between humans and animals even in the direst circumstances. Bears exhibit an astonishing degree of parental investment, especially evident in species like the grizzly bear. A mother grizzly will fiercely protect her cubs, often putting herself at great risk to ensure their safety. This protective behavior has been documented in numerous wildlife studies. For example, in Yellowstone National Park, a mother grizzly was observed defending her cubs against a pack of wolves. Despite being outnumbered, she successfully drove off the predators, illustrating the lengths to which a bear will go to safeguard her young. This example underscores the strong maternal instincts and the critical role of mothers in cub survival. While most people think of hibernation as a long sleep, bears don't actually sleep through the entire winter. They enter a state called torpor, in which their body temperature drops, their metabolism slows significantly, and they reduce their heart rate, but they can wake up if disturbed. The state of torpor allows them to conserve energy while still being able to respond to threats if necessary. During torpor, bears can go without food, water, and even excreting waste for months, something no human could endure. Unlike humans, bears' urine is reabsorbed into their bodies during hibernation, converting waste into essential proteins that help keep their muscle mass intact. This remarkable adaptation prevents muscle atrophy, which would normally occur in a human or other active animals, if they were immobilized for such an extended period. Scientists are particularly interested in this process, as it could have implications for medical science, especially in treating muscle-wasting diseases. Grizzly bears and polar bears are not just brown or white. Their fur can have a range of colors and shades, often influenced by their diet, environment, and health. Interestingly, the skin beneath a polar bear's fur is actually black. This black skin helps them to absorb and retain heat from the sun, compensating for the insulation lost when their thick fur becomes wet. Another fascinating fact is that a polar bear's fur isn't actually white. It is made up of clear, hollow tubes that scatter and reflect visible light, giving the impression of white fur. The concept of bear markets in finance gets its name from the way that bears attack their prey. When a bear attacks, it swipes its paws downward, analogous to the downward motion of a declining market. This term contrasts with bull markets, which are rising markets named after the upward thrust of a bull's horns. The symbolic representation captures the natural behaviors of these animals, aligning them with the emotional and physical dynamics of market trends. Bears are highly intelligent and have been known to use tools in the wild. For instance, researchers have observed brown bears using rocks to rub against their bodies to help scratch hard to reach places. They have also seen bears laying down branches over muddy paths to create makeshift bridges. Such behavior underscores their problem-solving abilities and capacity for learning through observation and experience, much like great apes and humans. Bears have an exceptional sense of smell, estimated to be around 1,000 times better than humans. This incredible olfactory capability allows them to detect food sources from miles away. For instance, polar bears can smell a seal from over 20 miles away under certain conditions. This keen sense of smell is vital for their survival, particularly in harsh environments like the Arctic, where food sources are sparse and widely dispersed. The Andean bear, also known as the spectacled bear due to the distinctive markings around its eyes, plays a critical role in its ecosystem by dispersing seeds. This bear's diet consists mainly of fruit, and as it consumes and later excretes these seeds, it helps to propagate various plant species throughout its habitat. This seed dispersal is crucial for maintaining the health and diversity of the Andean forests, emphasizing the bear's role as a keystone species. Bears have a unique way of communicating, which includes vocalizations, body language, and scent marking. For example, mother bears will use a series of huffs, grunts, and roars to communicate with their cubs, signaling everything from warnings to affection. Bears also use trees as message boards, clawing and rubbing their bodies against bark to leave both visual and scent marks. These markings can convey information about the bear's presence, reproductive status, and territorial boundaries to other bears in the area. Sloth bears have an unusual adaptation. Their lower lip is capable of extending far beyond their upper lip, creating a vacuum tube for sucking up insects like ants and termites. They use this specialized mouth structure in conjunction with their long, curved claws to rip open insect nests and draw up their prey with impressive speed and efficiency. Remarkably, their sucking method is so powerful and distinctive that it can be heard from several yards away. Polar bear mothers produce a highly calorie-rich milk containing up to 40% fat, which is essential for the rapid development of their cubs. This rich milk allows the cubs to quickly gain the necessary weight and insulation needed to survive the cold Arctic environment. The process of nursing often takes place in dens that the mother carefully excavates in snowdrifts, providing a sheltered environment where the cubs can grow until they are strong enough to venture outside. The Kodiak bear, a subspecies of the brown bear found on the Kodiak archipelago in Alaska, is one of the largest bears in the world. Some adult males can weigh up to 1,500 pounds. These bears have adapted to their island environment, where they have very few predators and abundant food sources like salmon and berries. Their large size and strength make them top predators, but also important scavengers in their ecosystem, contributing to nutrient cycling. Bears have a somewhat surprising diet that includes a large variety of plant matter. While they are classified as carnivores, the majority of their diet is often composed of fruits, nuts, leaves, and berries. For instance, during certain times of the year, up to 90% of a black bear's diet can be plant-based. This ability to eat such diverse food is a key factor in their adaptability and widespread distribution, as it allows them to thrive in various habitats. The spirit bear or Kermode bear is a rare subspecies of the American black bear with a genetic mutation that gives it a white or cream-colored coat. Found primarily in the Great Bear Rainforest in British Columbia, this bear holds significant cultural importance for indigenous groups in the area. Despite its light coloring, the spirit bear is not an albino. It has pigmented skin and eyes. Researchers believe the mutation may give these bears a hunting advantage by making them less visible to fish. Bears have an impressive memory, particularly when it comes to locations of food sources. Studies have shown that bears can remember the exact locations of fruit trees, berry patches, and even human garbage dumps over large distances. This exceptional memory serves them well in the wild, where finding reliable food sources can mean the difference between life and death, especially in harsh climates or lean seasons. Grizzly bears have a distinctive hump on their shoulders, which is actually a massive muscle. This hump is an adaptation for digging and is much more pronounced than in other bear species. The muscle helps them to break apart logs and dig for roots and small animals, providing a versatile tool for scavenging and hunting. The strength of these muscles is astonishing, allowing grizzly bears to dig through hard, compacted soil and even frozen ground in search of food. In Russia, a bear named Stepan has become somewhat of a celebrity and even a family member to a couple in Moscow. Rescued as a cub from a wildlife park where he faced starvation, Stepan has grown to a staggering 7 feet tall and weighs more than 1,000 pounds. He lives with a family, eats meals with them, and even enjoys watching television. While controversial, this relationship underscores the bear's ability to form bonds and adapt to human presence under unique circumstances. Bears have a hierarchy of dominance, particularly evident in species like the grizzly bear. Older, larger males tend to dominate younger individuals and females, especially around prime feeding sites like salmon streams. These dominant bears often have first access to the best fishing spots, allowing them to amass more fat reserves for hibernation. The social structure helps to maintain balance within bear populations, although it can also lead to conflicts and aggressive encounters between individuals. Moon bears, also known as Asiatic black bears, have a distinctive V-shaped white patch on their chests. They are often targeted for their bile, which is used in traditional Asian medicine. Bears are kept in small cages and milked for their bile, leading to significant suffering and health problems. Efforts by animal welfare organizations have led to the rescue and rehabilitation of many bile-farmed bears. These organizations are also working to develop synthetic alternatives to bear bile, aiming to reduce the demand and end the practice. Polar bears rely heavily on sea ice to hunt seals, their primary food source. As the climate warms and sea ice diminishes, polar bears are forced to swim longer distances to find suitable hunting grounds. This increased effort leads to higher energy expenditure and puts stress on the bears, sometimes leading to starvation. Scientists have observed polar bears swimming up to 60 miles to reach sea ice, highlighting the direct impact of climate change on these apex predators. Gobi bears are a critically endangered subspecies of brown bear found in the Gobi Desert of Mongolia. These bears have adapted to survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth, where temperatures can range from -40 degrees Fahrenheit in winter to 120 degrees Fahrenheit in summer. With fewer than 50 individuals believed to be left in the wild, conservation efforts are imperative to ensure their survival. These efforts include habitat protection and working with local communities to reduce human-bear conflicts. Bears have color vision, similar to humans, allowing them to distinguish between different hues. This ability is particularly useful for identifying ripe fruits and navigating their environments more effectively. While color vision in bears is less studied compared to other senses like smell, understanding it better could provide new insights into their feeding behaviors and habitat preferences. The ability to see colors also plays a role in social interactions, as certain behaviors and signals may involve visual cues. The mating behavior of bears is complex and involves a delayed implantation of the embryo. After mating during the summer, the fertilized embryo does not immediately implant in the uterus. Instead, it remains in a state of suspended development until the female enters hibernation. This adaptive strategy, known as delayed implantation, ensures that cubs are born in the den during the winter, a time when the mother can provide the most protection and the harsh environment outside is less of a threat. The claws of bears are specialized tools adapted to their lifestyles. Grizzly bears, for example, have long, curved claws that are excellent for digging roots and capturing prey. In contrast, black bears have shorter, more curved claws that are better suited for climbing trees. Polar bears have partially webbed claws that assist in swimming and gripping the ice. Each species' claws have evolved to support their primary activities, showcasing the incredible adaptability of bears to their environments. The Ursus arctos pruinosus, or the Tibetan blue bear, is an elusive and rarely seen subspecies of the brown bear. Found in the remote mountain ranges of Tibet, it is one of the least known bear species in the world. The bear's name comes from a bluish tint to its fur, caused by a mix of black and gray hairs, due to its rarity and the challenging terrain of its habitat. Sightings and studies of the Tibetan blue bear are exceptionally scarce, making conservation efforts difficult. Bears utilize a variety of vocalizations to communicate with each other. For example, mother bears will hum or purr to soothe their cubs. Growls, roars, and snorts can signal aggression or act as warnings, while moans and grunts might indicate discomfort or fear. Cubs often whimper when they are seeking attention or nourishment from their mothers. These vocalizations play a crucial role in bear social interactions and can convey a wide range of emotional states and intentions. Sun bears, the smallest bear species, possess extraordinarily long tongues, reaching up to 30 centimeters. These long tongues enable them to extract honey from hives and insects from deep crevices, earning them the nickname honey bears. Sun bears are native to Southeast Asia and have a distinctive orange or gold crescent-shaped marking on their chest. Despite their small size, they have powerful jaws and teeth, adapted to cracking open hard nuts and trees to access food sources. The giant panda, native to China, has a wrist bone that functions almost like a thumb, enabling it to grasp bamboo stalks with surprising dexterity. This pseudo-thumb helps the panda strip leaves and eat bamboo shoots efficiently. While bamboo constitutes about 99% of their diet, pandas will occasionally eat eggs, small mammals, or carrion. The adaptation of this pseudo-thumb demonstrates the evolutionary lengths to which bears can go to specialize in a particular food source. Bears are remarkably fast runners despite their large size. For example, black bears can reach speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. This speed allows bears to quickly escape threats or capture prey. It is advised to never attempt to outrun a bear, as their speed and agility in their natural habitats far exceed that of any human. Their physical prowess is complemented by their climbing abilities, especially in species like the black bear, making them formidable in diverse terrains. Bear bile is a highly coveted ingredient in traditional Chinese medicine, believed to cure a variety of ailments ranging from liver disease to sore throats. Unfortunately, this demand has led to the inhumane practice of bile farming, where bears are kept in small cages and endure painful procedures to extract bile. The conditions in these farms are often atrocious, leading to severe physical and psychological distress for the bears. Efforts are ongoing to develop synthetic alternatives and raise awareness to eliminate this cruel practice. Bears have an intrinsic playfulness, especially evident in cubs that engage in activities such as wrestling, chasing, and climbing. Play behavior in bear cubs serves important developmental functions, including motor skills, social bonding, and learning survival techniques. Observing bears at play can provide valuable insights into their cognitive capabilities and social structures. Even adult bears occasionally indulge in playful activities, which can be a way to alleviate stress or simply enjoy moments of leisure. Bear attacks on humans are relatively rare and often occur due to a bear feeling threatened, surprised, or provoked. Understanding bear behavior can significantly reduce the risk of such encounters. For instance, making noise while hiking can prevent startling a nearby bear. Bear pepper spray is also an effective deterrent if used correctly. It is crucial to never approach or feed bears, as this can lead to habituation, increasing the likelihood of dangerous encounters both for humans and bears. Pizzly bears, also known as growler bears, are hybrid offspring of polar bears and grizzly bears. These hybrids are becoming more common as climate change forces their respective habitats to overlap. Pizzly bears exhibit physical characteristics and behaviors of both parent species, such as the elongated neck of a polar bear and the hump of a grizzly bear. The emergence of pizzly bears poses interesting questions about adaptability and the long-term consequences of shifting ecosystems on bear populations. Bear sanctuaries play a vital role in rescuing, rehabilitating, and providing a safe habitat for bears that have been subjected to cruelty, such as bile farming or illegal pet trade. These sanctuaries not only offer refuge to the bears, but also work on educating the public about the importance of bear conservation. Many sanctuaries collaborate with researchers to study bear behavior, health, and genetics, contributing valuable knowledge to the scientific community. The work done by these sanctuaries helps improve the lives of individual bears and promotes broader conservation efforts. Around the world, bears are fascinating creatures with a variety of unique adaptations. For example, the Asiatic black bear, also known as the moon bear due to the crescent-shaped mark on its chest, is an excellent tree climber. These bears have strong, curved claws and flexible limbs that allow them to navigate even the tallest trees with ease. They use these skills to forage for fruits, nuts, and honey, high above the forest floor. This arboreal lifestyle not only helps them find food, but also provides a safe haven from predators. In the world of bear biology, the polar bear stands out as a remarkable example of evolution. These Arctic giants have several adaptations to survive in their icy environment. One of the most intriguing is their fur, which is not actually white but transparent and hollow. These hairs scatter and reflect visible light, giving the bears their iconic white appearance. Additionally, the skin beneath this fur is jet black, which helps in absorbing the sun's warmth. This combination allows polar bears to maintain their body heat in one of the harshest climates on Earth. Grizzly bears, a subspecies of the brown bear, are known for their incredible strength. One example of their power is their ability to take down large prey, such as moose or elk. In Yellowstone National Park, researchers have documented instances where grizzly bears have successfully hunted fully grown bison, which can weigh up to 1 ton. This is no small feat, as bison are formidable creatures with their own defenses. Grizzlies use their size, strength, and powerful jaws to overpower their prey, demonstrating their apex predator status. While many people think of panda bears as strictly bamboo eaters, their diet is more varied than it seems. Although bamboo makes up about 99% of their diet, pandas will also consume other vegetation, fish, and small rodents when available. Their strong molar teeth are specially adapted to crush tough bamboo stalks. But these versatile feeders can digest a range of other foods. This dietary flexibility helps them cope with seasonal changes in bamboo availability and ensures they can find food to survive. Bears communicate with each other using a range of vocalizations, body language, and scent marking. One fascinating behavior observed in American black bears is their use of tree scratching to mark territory. They will stand on their hind legs and use their front claws to scratch high up on tree trunks. This not only leaves a visual mark, but also a scent from glands in their paws. These scent marks can convey information about the bear's age, sex, and reproductive status, helping to reduce conflicts and attract mates. Sun bears, the smallest of all bear species, have an exceptionally long tongue that can extend up to 10 inches. This adaptation is particularly useful for extracting honey from beehives, which is a significant part of their diet. In addition to honey, sun bears use their long tongues to forage for insects hiding in crevices. Their powerful jaws and large canines allow them to break open logs and termite mounds, revealing a hidden feast of larvae and insects waiting inside. Climate change is having a profound impact on bear populations, particularly polar bears. As the Arctic ice melts earlier each year, polar bears are forced to travel greater distances to find stable ice from which to hunt seals. This increased travel requires more energy and reduces their overall hunting success. In some regions, polar bears are resorting to diets consisting more of land-based foods like berries and bird eggs. While this may provide some nourishment, it is not as calorie-rich as their traditional seal diet, leading to concerns about long-term survival. Polar bears are excellent swimmers, a skill that is essential for hunting in their Arctic habitat. They can swim for days, covering distances of over 60 miles without rest. One well-documented case involved a polar bear that swam continuously for 9 days, covering approximately 400 miles in search of stable sea ice. These long swims are physically demanding and pose a risk of exhaustion or drowning, but are becoming more common as sea ice recedes. Their large, webbed paws act as efficient paddles, propelling them through frigid waters. Bears possess a highly developed sense of smell, which is crucial for finding food. Black bears, for example, have a sense of smell that is estimated to be 7 times stronger than that of a bloodhound. This extraordinary olfactory ability allows them to detect food sources from miles away. They can even locate food buried underground or hidden in sealed containers, This keen sense of smell helps black bears locate carcasses, ripe fruits, and even insect nests, making them efficient foragers in diverse environments. The reproductive cycle of bears includes a fascinating phenomenon known as delayed implantation. After mating in the spring or summer, the fertilized egg will float freely in the female's uterus without implanting. This delays the development of the embryo and gives the female time to gain enough weight to support the pregnancy. If she does not accumulate enough fat reserves, the embryo will not implant, and she will not give birth that year. If conditions are favorable and implantation occurs, she will give birth in her den during hibernation. Hibernation in bears is a complex and impressive physiological process. During hibernation, a bear's body temperature drops slightly, their heart rate slows significantly, and their metabolic rate decreases by 50 to 60%. Unlike true hibernators, bears do not eat, drink, urinate, or defecate during this period, which can last for several months. They rely on fat stores accumulated during the feeding season to provide the necessary energy to survive. This adaptation allows them to endure periods when food is scarce without compromising their health. In the wild, bears play an essential role in their ecosystems by acting as seed dispersers. For instance, when bears consume fruits and berries, the seeds pass through their digestive systems and are deposited in different locations through feces. This process helps to promote plant diversity and spread flora across large areas. By scattering seeds in nutrient-rich droppings, bears aid in plant growth and regeneration, supporting the health and vitality of the habitats in which they live. Brown bears have an intricate social structure that blends solitary and communal interactions. While primarily solitary animals, they often gather in large numbers at prime feeding grounds such as salmon spawning streams. These temporary gatherings provide a unique opportunity to observe social behavior, including dominance hierarchies, resource sharing, and even play. These interactions can help bears learn essential survival skills, establish social bonds, and navigate the complexities within their population. The Kermode bear, also known as the spirit bear, is a rare subspecies of the American black bear found in British Columbia, Canada. What sets them apart is their distinctive white fur, which occurs due to a recessive gene. These bears are not albinos, as they have pigmented skin and eyes. Indigenous people regard the Kermode bear as sacred, attributing its unique appearance to the connection between the bear and the spiritual world. The conservation of their habitat is vital for preserving this rare and culturally significant bear population. The spectacled bear, native to the Andes Mountains in South America, is the only bear species found on the continent. Named for the distinctive markings around their eyes that resemble eyeglasses, these bears are versatile eaters, consuming a varied diet that includes fruits, bromeliads, tree bark, and small animals. They are skilled climbers and often construct platforms or nests in trees where they rest and feed. This arboreal behavior helps them avoid predators and access food sources that are out of reach for many other animals. Bears have coexisted with humans for thousands of years, and throughout history they have featured prominently in mythology, folklore, and literature across various cultures. For example, Native American tribes often depicted bears as symbols of strength, courage, and introspection. The bear's dual nature as both a nurturing mother and a fierce protector has made it a potent symbol in many stories. This cultural significance highlights the deep connection and respect humans have for these powerful creatures, reflecting a rich tapestry of shared existence. In some regions, bears have adapted to living in proximity to humans, leading to unique behaviors. Urban brown bears in parts of Russia have been observed scavenging in garbage dumps and even riding freight trains to access food. These adaptable bears have learned to navigate human infrastructure and exploit new food sources, which can sometimes lead to conflicts. Understanding and managing this coexistence is crucial to ensuring the safety and well-being of both bears and human communities, emphasizing the need for sustainable wildlife management practices. Grizzly bear mothers are known for their fierce parenting skills, often caring for their cubs for up to 3 years. One particularly famous mother bear in Yellowstone National Park, known as Bear 42, raised numerous offspring over her lifetime, becoming legendary for her protective nature. Her cubs often thrived, thanks to her vigilance and ability to teach them essential survival skills. Observations of such dedicated maternal care provide insights into the importance of family bonds and the critical role mothers play in the survival of bear populations. Bears have fascinating ways of preparing for hibernation, one of which involves hyperphagia, a state where they eat excessively to build up fat stores. During this period, bears can consume up to 20,000 calories a day. This incessant eating allows them to accumulate a thick layer of fat, providing the energy needed to sustain them through the winter months. The onset of hyperphagia is triggered by hormonal changes related to decreasing daylight hours, showcasing the bear's evolutionary adaptation to seasonal variations in food availability. The sloth bear, native to the Indian subcontinent, has a distinct feeding strategy focusing on insects, particularly termites and ants. Their long curved claws and specialized gap-toothed mouths allow them to suction up insects with remarkable efficiency. Sloth bears can close their nostrils to prevent inhaling dust while foraging, an adaptation that enhances their ability to exploit termite mounds. This unique feeding behavior demonstrates the remarkable diversity of dietary adaptations among bear species, allowing them to thrive in various environments. Bears have been the subject of extensive scientific research, providing valuable insights into their biology, behavior, and conservation needs. Advanced technologies, such as GPS collars and remote camera traps, have enabled scientists to gather detailed data on bear movement patterns, habitat use, and social interactions. This research has not only deepened our understanding of bears, but also informed conservation strategies to protect them. By combining traditional knowledge with modern science, researchers aim to ensure the long-term survival of these iconic animals. Pizzly and Growler bears are hybrid bears resulting from the mating of polar bears and grizzly bears. These hybrids have been documented both in the wild and in captivity, and they exhibit a mix of physical and behavioral traits from both parent species. For example, they may have the white hair of polar bears but with the hump of a grizzly. The emergence of these hybrids is believed to be linked to climate change, as receding ice forces polar bears further south into the range of grizzly bears, leading to increased encounters and interbreeding. Bear claws grow continuously, much like human fingernails, and they are used for various tasks, including digging, climbing, and hunting. In species like the grizzly bear, the front claws can grow up to 4 inches long and are formidable weapons. These claws can dig up roots, rip apart logs in search of insects, and serve as effective tools for catching prey. The continuous growth ensures that the claws remain sharp and functional, despite the wear and tear they endure in the wild, reflecting the evolutionary importance of these versatile appendages. Bears exhibit a behavior known as caching, where they store food for later consumption. This is particularly common among brown bears, which may bury a large kill, such as an elk or moose, under dirt and vegetation to keep it hidden from scavengers. Caching allows bears to return to their food source over several days or weeks, ensuring a steady supply of nutrition. This behavior is a strategic adaptation to deal with food scarcity, showcasing the bear's ability to plan and optimize their energy use across time. The sun bear, also known as the honey bear, has the shortest fur of any bear species, which is believed to be an adaptation to the hot and humid tropical forests of Southeast Asia. Despite their small size, sun bears are incredibly strong and can tear apart tree trunks and branches to reach insects and honey. Their short, sleek fur helps keep them cool in their warm habitat, while their powerful limbs and claws make them efficient climbers and diggers. This combination of features highlights the unique adaptations of the sun bear to its environment. Bears engage in a range of play behaviors, especially as cubs, which are crucial for their development. Play fighting among young bears helps them hone their physical skills, learn social cues, and establish dominance hierarchies. These playful interactions are not only a training ground for adult life, but also strengthen bonds between siblings. Observations of cub play have shown it to be a mix of chasing, wrestling, and mock biting, all of which contribute to developing the agility, strength, and coordination needed for survival in the wild. Kodiak bears, a subspecies of brown bear found on the Kodiak archipelago in Alaska, are among the largest bears in the world. Males can weigh up to 1,500 pounds and stand over 10 feet tall when on their hind legs. Their size is attributed to the bountiful food supply in their habitat, particularly the abundant salmon runs. These colossal bears have adapted to their rich environment, using their strength and size to dominate feeding sites and ensure they capture enough food to sustain their massive bodies. The dietary habits of bears can have significant ecological impacts. For example, when bears eat fish like salmon, they often carry the fish away from rivers and into the forest to consume them. This behavior transfers essential marine-derived nutrients into terrestrial ecosystems. The nutrients in fish carcasses enrich the soil, promoting the growth of vegetation. This nutrient transfer supports a rich biodiversity, demonstrating how the feeding habits of bears can influence and enhance the health of their entire ecosystem. With their sharp claws and impressive strength, bears play a crucial role in maintaining the health of forests. By stripping bark from trees in search of insects, they help control insect populations that could otherwise cause significant damage. Additionally, as bears forage and dig for roots and tubers, they aerate the soil, promoting nutrient cycling and plant growth. These activities reflect the bear's role as ecosystem engineers, contributing to the structural complexity and ecological balance of their habitats. Bears have a unique form of locomotion called plantigrade walking, meaning they walk on the soles of their feet like humans do. This anatomical feature allows bears to distribute their weight evenly and provide stability on varied terrain. Their plantigrade gait also gives them the ability to stand up on their hind legs, an advantage when they need to survey their surroundings or reach high-hanging food. This walking style is a key aspect of their physical adaptation, enhancing their ability to navigate diverse environments. Bear bile is harvested for use in traditional medicine, particularly in Asia where it is believed to treat a variety of ailments. This practice, however, has led to the inhumane farming of bears and significant conservation issues. Bear bile contains ursodeoxycholic acid, which does have medicinal properties, but synthetic alternatives are now available and should be used instead. Efforts are ongoing to reduce the demand for bear bile and promote humane and sustainable alternatives, including public education and stricter wildlife protection laws. The Scandinavian brown bear population has shown remarkable resilience and growth due to effective conservation measures. By the 1970s, the population was at a critical low, but protective legislation, sustainable hunting practices, and habitat preservation efforts have led to a significant rebound. Today, there are healthy populations of brown bears in Sweden and Norway, proving that with dedicated conservation efforts, it is possible to reverse the decline of even severely threatened bear populations. This success story provides hope and a model for bear conservation globally. Bears have a diverse range of vocalizations, each serving different communicative purposes. Cubs will hum when nursing to signal contentment, while adult bears may growl, roar, or grunt to assert dominance or show aggression. A special vocalization known as chuffing is often used during courtship or as a sign of peaceful intent. These vocal sounds, combined with body language, play a crucial role in bear social interactions, allowing them to convey complex messages and emotions within their solitary yet interconnected lives. The Himalayan brown bear, found in the mountainous regions of Pakistan, Nepal, and India, is one of the least known and most endangered bear species. These bears have a distinctive reddish-brown coat and are adapted to the high-altitude environments of the Himalayas. They face numerous threats, including habitat loss, human-wildlife conflict, and poaching for body parts used in traditional medicine. Conservation initiatives focusing on habitat protection, community education, and conflict mitigation are essential to ensure the survival of this elusive bear species. In the wild, bears exhibit impressive problem-solving abilities and use tools to access food. For example, researchers have observed Alaskan brown bears using rocks to scratch their faces, dislodge barnacles, or even break open clamshells. These instances of tool use showcase the bear's intelligence and ability to adapt to their environment creatively. By studying these behaviors, scientists gain a deeper understanding of the cognitive capacities of bears, highlighting the sophisticated mental processes that underlie their survival strategies. Bears have an impressive ability to travel vast distances in search of food and mates. A famous example is known from a study on a radio-collared grizzly bear in the United States that traversed an astounding 3,000 miles in just over a year. This vast trek through Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming showcased not only their endurance and stamina, but also their adaptability to different terrains and climates. Grizzly bears have an incredible bite force that can exceed 1,000 pounds per square inch. This powerful bite allows them to crunch through bones and tough vegetation with ease. This ability is crucial for their survival, especially when preying on large game or scavenging carcasses. Scientists have also discovered that grizzlies use this bite force in intricate ways, such as peeling back the layers of tree bark to get to the nutritious cambium underneath, or delicately cracking open nutshells without completely shattering them. Polar bears are exceptional swimmers, capable of swimming for long distances, sometimes over 60 miles without stopping. This ability is vital for hunting seals and navigating the shifting landscapes of melting ice caps. In one documented instance, a female polar bear was tracked swimming continuously for 9 days across an expanse of 600 miles of open sea. This exertion was not without cost, as she lost a substantial amount of body weight in her cub during the journey. This case underscores the physical endurance and resilience of polar bears and highlights the challenges they face due to climate change. Polar bears are exceptional swimmers, capable of swimming for long distances, sometimes over 60 miles without stopping. This ability is vital for hunting seals and navigating the shifting landscapes of melting ice caps. In one documented instance, a female polar bear was tracked swimming continuously for 9 days across an expanse of 600 miles of open sea. This exertion was not without cost, as she lost a substantial amount of body weight in her cub during the journey. This case underscores the physical endurance and resilience of polar bears and highlights the challenges they face due to climate change. In the dense forests of the Himalayas lives the elusive and rarely seen red bear, also known as the Himalayan red bear. These bears are shrouded in mystery due to their remote and inaccessible habitats. Despite their rarity, they have a place in local folklore and are sometimes mistaken for the mythical Yeti. These bears are unique in their red-tinted fur and reclusive nature, making them a subject of interest and intrigue for researchers who brave the challenging conditions to study them. Did you know that the spectacled bear is the only bear species native to South America? Found primarily in the Andean mountain region, these bears get their name from the distinctive white or light markings around their eyes, which resemble spectacles. Spectacled bears are excellent climbers and often build platform-like nests high in trees where they rest and forage for food. Their diet is highly varied and includes fruits, berries, small mammals, and occasionally livestock, which sometimes leads to conflicts with local farmers. Bears have an extraordinary sense of smell, arguably one of the best in the animal kingdom. A bear's sense of smell is estimated to be at least 7 times more sensitive than that of a bloodhound. This allows them to detect food from miles away or under several feet of snow. For instance, black bears have been known to follow the scent trails of prey or carrion for over a dozen miles. This keen olfactory ability is critical for their survival, as it aids in finding food, recognizing territories, and locating mates. The sun bear, native to tropical forests of Southeast Asia, is the smallest bear species in the world. Adult sun bears typically weigh between 60 to 150 pounds and stand about 4 to 5 feet tall when on their hind legs. What they lack in size, they make up for in their arboreal skills and fierce temperament. Sun bears have long curved claws and a powerful jaw designed for tearing open trees to get to insects, honey, or small vertebrates. Despite their size, they are known to be quite aggressive when threatened, making them a formidable presence in their forest habitats. When it comes to hibernation, bears have a fascinating ability to slow their metabolism to survive long periods without eating. Some bear species hibernate for up to 7 months. During this time, their heart rate can drop from a usual 40 to 70 beats per minute to as low as 8 beats per minute. Remarkably, bears do not eat, drink, urinate, or defecate during hibernation, relying entirely on their fat reserves for sustenance. Studies on hibernating bears have provided insights that could benefit human medicine, particularly in understanding muscle atrophy and metabolic diseases. Kodiak bears, a subspecies of the brown bear, reside exclusively on the Kodiak archipelago in Alaska. They are among the largest bears in the world, with some adult males weighing up to 1,500 pounds and standing over 10 feet tall on their hind legs. Despite their immense size and power, Kodiak bears have a relatively peaceful coexistence with humans and a diet primarily composed of fish, particularly salmon, along with berries and plants. Researchers have noted that these bears have an interesting behavior of concisely timing their activities with the salmon runs, significantly impacting their nutritional status and resulting in the growth of such large individuals. Bears communicate through a variety of vocalizations and body language. Grizzlies, for example, can produce a range of sounds, from roars to growls to more subtle huffing noises, each carrying different meanings depending on the context. They use vocalizations to express aggression, fear, comfort, and even to call for their young. Alongside vocal sounds, bears use body language, such as standing on their hind legs to appear larger, swatting the ground, or displaying their teeth when feeling threatened. This complex system of communication helps them navigate social interactions and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Research shows that bears have a unique ability to learn new behaviors by observing others, a trait known as social learning. This capability has been particularly noted in bears that scavenge in areas populated by humans. For instance, young bears often observe their mothers or other bears interacting with human garbage or food sources and subsequently adopt similar behaviors. There was a documented case where a mother black bear figured out how to open car doors to access food inside, and her cubs quickly learned and mimicked this technique. This adaptability highlights their intelligence and behavioral flexibility, which can sometimes lead to conflicts with humans, but also indicates their impressive problem-solving abilities. Brown bears and grizzly bears, which are often used interchangeably, actually denote the same species but have differing names based on their geographical locations. Brown bears typically refer to those living in coastal areas with abundant food sources like salmon, while grizzlies are those inhabiting inland areas. Coastal brown bears tend to be larger due to the plentiful food supply. This concept was notably observed in Alaska, where coastal brown bears can grow significantly bigger than their interior grizzly counterparts, sometimes twice the size due to their nutrient-rich diet. The American black bear demonstrates a wide range of coat colors, which can vary significantly even within a single population. While most black bears have black fur, they can also be found in shades of brown, cinnamon, blonde, and even white. The Kermode bear, also known as the spirit bear, is a subspecies of the American black bear found in British Columbia. About 1 in 10 Kermode bears is born with white or cream-colored fur due to a recessive gene, giving them a ghostly appearance that is both rare and revered amongst local indigenous cultures. In Japanese culture, the Asiatic black bear, often referred to as the moon bear due to its distinctive crescent-shaped chest mark, is surrounded by numerous myths and traditional stories. One such story tells of a moon bear who taught the art of brewing sake, a traditional Japanese rice wine, to a remote village. This folklore reflects the species' significant presence in Japanese history and the reverence with which they are often regarded. The moon bear's crescent marking is symbolic, believed to represent the rising sun or the crescent moon, prominent elements in Japanese tradition. Bears engage in a behavior known as marking, which involves them rubbing their bodies, particularly their backs, against trees. This behavior serves multiple purposes, such as alleviating the itchiness of shedding their winter fur and leaving behind scent markings from glands located around their shoulders and back. This practice helps them communicate with other bears, signal their presence in the area, establish territory, and even indicate mating readiness. Observations of bears marking trees often reveal the bears' regular travel routes, contributing to our understanding of their territorial and social dynamics. Some bears, like the Malayan sun bear, have remarkably long tongues, which can extend up to 10 inches. This adaptation allows them to reach into tight spaces to extract honey and insects from crevices and hives. Sun bears are renowned for their avid taste for honey and are sometimes called honey bears due to this behavior. Their strong claws and long tongues make them highly efficient at breaking into beehives and accessing their sugary contents. This adaptation is vital for their survival in the dense rainforests where they reside, providing them with essential nutrients.